Welcome everyone to my channel that is Fast and Easy Maths, which is dedicated to give you tips and tricks related to mathematics. So if you're new to my channel, then please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell button besides it so that you get notified whenever I push up a new video. So today we are going to solve difficult looking quant questions, okay? So basically when I say difficult looking means the question looks a bit difficult when you have a first look at it, but when you actually try and sit and solve these questions are actually you will be able to solve it in 10 seconds, especially after you watch this video. Okay, so now let's talk about the first question, that is if x plus y plus z is equals to 2 and x square plus y square and plus z square is equals to 6 and x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equals to 8. You need to find the value of x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 plus z raised to 4. Okay, now students, please understand here you do not have to use any of your formulas like a plus b the whole square or a plus b the whole cube or a cube plus b cube plus c cube. All those formulas, if you actually apply, then trust me, this sum will get very complicated. So what we're going to apply over here is some common sense. Okay, so here we know that x plus y plus z is equals to 2. So here let's try putting values. Okay, so if I'm putting x, let's take x as 1 and y as also 1. So x is equals to 1, y is equals to 1, and let's take z is equals to 0. So when you do that, you can see that your first equation is satisfied, meaning x plus y plus z gives you 2, which is what you wanted. But now let's check for the next equation. 1 square plus 1 square, that means 2, plus 0 square, so that gets you 2 only. And you needed it to be 6. So this is where your problem started. So you can't take this particular value because it is not satisfying the equation which is given on top. Okay, so now let's try and take some other value. Okay, so now let's take x is equals to 1, let's take y is equals to 2. But since x plus y will get you 3 and you wanted it to be 2, so you need, let's do z is equals to minus 1. If you take z is equals to minus 1, then what happens is x plus y plus z gets you 2, correct? Because 1 plus 2 minus 1 gets you 2. Now let's check for the next equation. So 1 square plus 2 square plus minus 1 the whole square. That gets you 6, and that is exactly what you wanted. Now let's check for the next one. 1 cube plus 2 cube plus minus 1 the whole cube. So now 1 cube is 1 plus 2 cube is 8. Minus 1 cube is minus 1. So 1 and minus 1 gets cancelled. You are left with 8. And that is exactly what you were looking for when you actually cube each of these values. Okay. So now I can say that x equals to 1, y is equals to 2 and z is equals to minus 1 satisfies all of these three equations. So I can use these values, put it in the equation which you need to find, that is nothing but x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 plus z raised to 4. So let's put it there. So 1 the whole raised to 4 plus 2 the whole raised to 4 plus minus 1 the whole raised to 4. So 1 raised to 4 gets you 1 plus 2 raised to 4 gets you 16. Minus 1 the whole raised to 4 gets you again 1, because negative number when raised to an even power will always get you an positive answer. Okay, so 16 plus 1 gets you 18. So here now I can say that 18, yeah, option A is my correct answer. Okay, students, if you're liking the way I'm explaining, then please go ahead and hit the like button, because that gives me tremendous amount of encouragement in doing these kind of videos. Okay, and also don't forget to share these kind of videos with whomever you think this might be very helpful. Okay, now let's look at the next question, which is 1 upon root of 1 plus root of 5 plus 1 upon root of 5 plus root of 9 plus 1 upon root of 9 plus root of 13 plus so on. It goes up to 1 upon root of 77 plus root of 81. Now this looks quite complicated, I understand, and please understand here you do not have to use any of the progression methods or any of the formulas of any arithmetic, harmonic or geometric progressions. Please don't do any of that, okay? Here I'm going to just do the simple basic understanding of mathematics, which we always do is whenever we encounter roots in the denominator, we try to do the conjugate and try to solve it ahead. So when I do the conjugate of root of 1 plus root of 5, that gets you root of 1 minus root of 5 in the numerator, and in the denominator 1 minus 5 gets you minus 4. Similarly, if I take the conjugate of the next fraction, so I get root of 5 minus root of 9 on top, that is the numerator, and in my denominator 5 minus 9 gets you minus 4. Similarly, when I take the conjugate of the next fraction, I get root of 9 minus root of 13, and in my denominator 9 minus 13 gets you minus 4. So on, let's do the last term. So my numerator again becomes root of 77 minus root of 81, and my denominator gets you 77 minus 81, that gets you minus 4. So now if you look closely, we can take something common from all these fractions, and that is nothing but 1 upon minus 4. Correct? When I take that common, my numerators can now be simply added. So root of 1 minus root of 5 plus root of 5 minus root of 9 plus root of 9 minus root of 13 plus so on, we get root of 77 minus root of 81. Now students, if you look closely, your negative 5 and your positive 5 gets cancelled. Negative 9, positive 9 gets cancelled. So basically all the last terms of my denominator in the fraction gets actually cancelled. Okay. Why? Because this term is positive. Sorry, this term in my numerator becomes negative, but this term remains positive in my next fraction. Okay. So if you look closely, all these terms will get cancelled and you will be left with just 1 upon negative 4. Root of 1 is 1 minus root of 89, root of 81, that gets you 9. So minus 1 upon 4 into, can I say minus 8? 1 minus 9 is nothing but minus 8. So when you cancel, you get 4 ones are 4, minus 2s are. Minus 2 into minus 1 gets you plus 2. So students, I hope you've understood that just using your basic understanding of mathematics, you could solve these complicated looking sums. So we did two sums today. One which was based on finding or rather assuming the values and getting to the answer, and the other was just based on your basics of mathematics. So I hope this part is very clear, and I hope after looking at this video, whenever you come across a difficult looking sum in any of your entrances, please, I request all of you all to do give it a try, because sometimes the question looks difficult but it actually is like really very easy, and you will be able to solve them in matter of 10 seconds. So don't forget to like this video as well as subscribe to my channel, and also share this video with whomever you think this might be very helpful. Another thing students, most of you all have asked me how to increase your or rather strengthen the basics of mathematics. If you want to do so, then I do recommend a book which is known as Vedic Maths for All Ages, and that book is available on Amazon. The link of that book has been pushed in my description as well. Apart from this, if you have any particular topic in mathematics in which you're not very confident, then please go ahead and comment that in the comment section so that I can make a video of that as well. Okay. So that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.